My dad is a retired state trooper, and my mom is a retired school teacher. She got a teaching position in this area, so my dad could travel because of his job. He could transfer. So they found land here that was closer to where my mom was employed, and then that's how we set up shop here, just basically just to live here, and then the animals came. My name is Jennifer, and my family owns and operates T&D's Cats of the World. We've always had animals, but we officially opened in 1990. We had little animals. We had some squirrel monkeys, and then when we came to this area, it was more of native species. My dad did some rehabilitation, so it was some more of your native species that couldn't be released into the wild. So it just kind of started from there, and then people would call the state, which the Game Commission is who we have a license through to exhibit the animals. As for the cats, it started with a bobcat and a cougar that someone was selling illegally. He ended up helping with that, and then ended up coming here. Those animals came here. There's about 250 mammals here, and we have several hundred birds. Yeah, we have bears, we have monkeys, we have wolves, raccoons, otters, and then the cats, the lions, tigers, cougars, bobcats, servals. As for visitors, it's about a mile walk around, but the animals have about 35 acres. We opened because we had school groups calling to see if they could come see the animals. This is not necessarily the best location if you're running something like this as a business, because you want to be more in a populated area for tourists, but we're not a business, and it's actually ideal for the animals because it's more natural for them. You have less pollution of every kind, noise pollution, just air quality. I mean, everything is just a little calmer and quieter and more natural for them. So it's better for them. We didn't pick that. It's just how it happened. I would say like we're more of like a rescue sanctuary kind of thing. We don't adopt animals out where some rescue facilities, like some farm rescues or reptile rescues, might adopt animals out. Like we don't do that. Once the animals come here, they stay here. This is their permanent home. So in that way, we're more of a sanctuary because once they come here, they stay here. And as for like zoo setting, no, we are open for the public, but it's very limited with the weekend days, and then even those tour days, it works out to be about 70 days a year. That's it. So, you can go back to, again, like zoo setting in a way because people can come see the animals, but rescue because we're not open every day. One way we can do what we're doing is because we don't have any paid employees. Everybody's volunteers here. So that really cuts back on our costs to take care of the animals. We have the volunteers out at different areas, one, to answer visitors' questions, but also to make sure the visitors are being respectful of the animals. Like we don't tolerate running, we don't tolerate noise making. The nice little bear behind me making that noise is trying to get our attention. Like we would not tolerate someone clicking or making that noise back to them. You can talk to them, but we don't make noises at them, we don't tease them. So we're very protective of the animals. When animals come here, it's usually like we don't know they're coming, meaning it's usually a phone call and they say, do you have room for this? And usually everyone wants to get rid of them the next day. So there's not a lot of preparation for when they come. So we got a phone call and there was a facility that needed to find a home for 10 tigers. And that's a lot of tigers at one time for any facility to take on. But we were able to because they were in groups. So we had a group of 5 males, which was great and kind of a little unheard of because it's 5 adult male tigers together. And tigers are solitary, especially males just don't want to share anything, but they get along well. So we were able to, so we only needed 1 pen for those 5. And then the other 5, it was 3 in a group and 2 in a group. So instead of needing possibly up to 10 enclosures, you only needed 3. So that made it a little easier to say yes. So adding those 10 tigers, some people have asked, that's a lot of mouths to feed, and it is, especially big mouths to feed. But we've had almost 70 cats here at one time. So it's not that we're used to handling large numbers. I think being in this area, the landscape and the location, being in the North Central, as you're saying, I mean, it definitely benefits the animals for sure. And even though we're kind of off the beaten path, I think people that come here, it's more relaxed for them too. I think it's very relaxing for them to come out and see the animals, and most people are appreciative of how we care for the animals and their enclosures. We get a lot of comments that, you know, we didn't expect it to be this big, meaning the whole facility itself. Also, we didn't expect the animals to be in such large enclosures. The carnivores, they eat about 10,000 pounds of meat a month, which is about 10 or 12 cows. So we do have some help from farmers, since we're in a pretty rural area, a lot of farming around. We do have some farmers that will donate their cows, horses, calves that have died. We also receive some help from a couple like warehouses with produce and some meat. Now, obviously that's not always guaranteed, because you don't know what you're going to be picking up, or how much you're going to be picking up. And then we also buy chicken and turkey when we have to. So, and that's just buying that is just us going to the grocery store and cleaning the shelves off. So if there's, you know, somebody ahead of us, they better grab what they want, because it's a lot of meat to feed everybody. Yeah. We can always use volunteers. I mean, donations, monetary donations go a long way, but also, you know, because we don't have paid employees, and the money that comes here goes directly to them, to the animals, you know, it doesn't even have to be money. It could be just, you know, if you have extra lumber laying around or plumbing supplies or something, you know, you can always send us an email or give us a call.
At UPMC, we're pioneering new ways to treat cancer, and we're working to prevent it. We're advancing new technology to look more closely at disease and helping you breathe easier. We perform the world's first heart-liver transplant, and we're experts at keeping your heart beating strong. We're a global team of more than 90,000, advancing care everywhere and delivering it closer to you. UPMC, life-changing medicine.